Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all
Hello
the
dear
updates.
students and welcome to CET JEE classes of linear inequalities. Let's just understand the synopsis of this concept. Alright, it's a very simple chapter, okay, on the outset, but as you go into it deeply, you will realize this chapter has got many complexities, and those complexities you need to understand very well before attempting any question on linear inequalities. First of all, what is an inequality? A statement which involving these signs: less than, greater than, less than or equal, or greater than or equal. So if any statement involves these signs, it is known as inequality. Okay, so whether it is linear or quadratic, all that depends on the degree of that variable. Anyway, that's later. But now there are two types. One is strict inequality. What do you mean by strict inequality? You have either less than or greater than. You don't have equal sign. You don't have. Okay. Next, what is a slack inequality? Slack inequality is if you have equal sign, less than or equal, or greater than or equal. All right. So there are two options: either greater or equal, either less or equal. There are two things involved there. Well, so that is the categorization of inequalities. You have two types. Okay, there is no not much explanation needed there, but you need the explanation here very much, and this concept must sink in very clearly. Well, let's go to the rules of algebraic solutions of linear inequalities in one variable. Understand, you have totally two rules, or you can write this as the third rule here. All right, so totally you can write three rules here. First is sign of inequality does not change. Okay, when it does not change if first thing happens or the second thing happens. All right, sign of inequality reverses. Okay, it reverses. Less than becomes greater than becomes less than or equal becomes greater than or equal, and vice versa. Now when it does not change, when it remains the same, if a number, positive or negative, any number, is added or subtracted to both sides, all right, of the inequality. If you add or subtract by a positive or negative quantity, it does not affect the inequality at all. If a positive number is multiplied or divided on both sides, then also it does not change. Okay, multiply or divide by a positive number on both sides. Okay, now when it will reverse if a negative number is multiplied or divided on both sides. So if you're going with multiplication or division with the negative number, you have to reverse the sign of the inequality. So please remember this will automatically happen. Okay, you don't have to worry. You will just copy the less than sign throughout, does not matter at all. But if you are going to multiply or divide by a negative number, less than must be changed to greater than. Please keep that in mind. So third rule, please remember. Okay, and we will use it many times and you will understand that very well. All right, so now let's solve a few examples so that to understand these rules. So the first example, Well, look at the first example. This clearly denotes the use of a third rule. What is the third rule? If you multiply or divide by a negative quantity, inequality reverses. Well, now understand, you have 4 by x less than 5. What are you going to do usually? See, usually what you do, if you have 4 by x less than 5, all right, see, if you have 4 by x less than 5, then x belongs to which of the intervals? That's what you have to identify. See, usually if you have 4 by x less than 5, what you will do? You will just take this x to the other side. So you will write 5x is greater than 4, therefore x is greater than 4 by 5. X is greater than 4 by 5. So x is greater than 4 by 5 means if you have 4 by 5 and that way till infinity, so 4 by 5 comma infinity, that's what you will identify. Correct? That's what you will identify, and you will say first option is the answer, but it is not. First option is not the answer. That's the common mistake most of the students commit. Alright, so what is the right answer here? What's the right answer? Understand, see, when you have taken this x here, what you have assumed? X is positive. Alright, so you have multiplied by x on both sides, correct? So then x cancels out and 4 remains here and you get 5x here. So if you imagine that x is positive, then inequality does not change. But what if x is negative? We don't know what is x here, right? X can belong to any of these intervals. It can be negative. It can be negative, less than 4 by 5 also. It can be in the real line. It can be negative also, correct? So it can be both. So what if x is negative? This would change, right? If that changes, you will get less than 4 by 5. That means this can be the answer. Well, right? So if you are not sure that whether you are multiplying by a negative quantity or positive quantity, what you must do is make sure that it is positive. Okay, make sure that it is positive. So how you can do that? Look at this, you have 4 by x less than 5. Now you just multiply, okay, and divide by x on only one side. Okay, you are not multiplying by x on both sides here. You just multiply and divide by x here. So now whether x is positive or negative, if it is negative, minus and minus will be plus itself. If it is positive, then doesn't matter, correct? Alright, so if you are multiplying and dividing on only one side, then inequality does not change. It does not affect that inequality. Now the denominator is positive. There is no doubt. There is no doubt that x square is positive, correct? Now you can easily take it to the other side because it is clearly positive. Now you can multiply, take that x square, you can multiply x square on both sides now. Okay, so now multiply x square on both sides, then you can cancel out this x square on one side. So 4x is less than 5x square. Now continue with this inequality and get the values of x. Alright, so what you can do is you can take this to the other side. Say adding or subtracting by a negative or positive quantity does not matter at all. Only while multiplying, dividing by negative, you have to be careful. Their inequality changes. Alright, so continuing like this, see, continue from here. 5x square minus 4x is greater than, that is greater than, because I'm writing that first. So inequality opens here. Okay, it opens here, therefore it must open here. Clear? Now take x common. So 5x minus 4 is greater than 0. Now understand, product of two quantities is positive. So what are the two chances that you have? Either x is positive and 5x minus 4 is also positive. Correct? Both are positive. That's one chance. Or both are negative. What happens if both are negative? If both are negative, then also the product will be positive, right? Okay, so both the possibilities are there. Both the possibilities. Make sure you write the proper word here. This is and, both must happen. Okay, or these two must happen. Okay, well, let's see what do we get next. With this, what do I get? Understand, I'll write there itself. X is positive and here 5x is greater than 4, that means x is greater than 4 by 5, correct? So and x is greater than 4 by 5. Or what is the next possibility? Next possibility is x is negative and x is less than 4 by 5. Correct? X is less than 4 by 5. Now let's look at this in the real line. So you have got 0, you have got 4 by 5. Okay, so that is less than 1, 4 by 5 around here, let's say. Okay, right? Okay, now you have first x positive and you also have x greater than 4 by 5. Okay, so now when you combine both, this is and, both must happen. So can you take an x here? Can you take x is 0.1? Can you? No, you cannot. You cannot take 0.1 here because you cannot take 1 by 5 here. Okay, 0.2. You cannot take it because that does not satisfy this condition. 1 by 5 is not greater than 4 by 5. Right? It is less than 4 by 5. Yes, so which is correct choice for us? Combination of both. So what is the combination of both? This gives us x greater than 4 by 5. That's the only thing. So if x is greater than 5, automatically it is greater than 0. That does not conflict. Okay, that does not contradict. Well, next, what is the second thing that we have? X is less than 0. X is less than 0 and less than 4 by 5. Okay. Now tell me which is the common region of both and is intersection. What is the intersection of both? What is the common region? Common region is from here. Okay, so this is the common region which includes both white and green line. This is not the common region, so this you have to eliminate, this you have to neglect. Okay, so this tells us x is less than 0. X is less than 0. So only these two things must be accepted. That's the common region, and we have or in between. So either it is greater than 4 by 5, this does not apply. Okay, both must happen. Combining both, we have got this common region, and combining these two and both intersection and is intersection. When you have the intersection of both the regions, we have got the region less than 0. Okay, so now we are left with these with or. or is union. So what is it? Either from minus infinity till 0, okay, 0 is not included because you don't have equal sign. If you have equal sign, then close square bracket, okay, and it must be greater than 4 by 5 till positive infinity. So 4 by 5 comma infinity, 4 by 5 comma infinity, that's the correct option. So option C is the right answer for this particular question. This question, when it begins, looks very simple, but it's not that simple, okay. You must understand it very clearly, very deeply, okay, then only you will master this linear inequalities. All right, this doesn't it looks very simple, but it's not that simple as it looks. Well, let's move to the second problem. It's a straightforward question. There is no twist, there are no turns. All right, look at second question. You have 4 options, okay, fourth is all of these, so you have to say which is correct, which is true. All right, now look at the first one. Look at the first one. You have x greater than y and b is less than 0. That means b is negative, correct? It's a negative number. Now what are you doing in bx less than by? All right, so you have x greater than y, you have x greater than y. Now you are multiplying a negative number both sides. See, you have multiplied negative number on both sides. So if you are multiplying a negative number on both sides, inequality reverses. That's the third rule we have, and that's a right statement they have made. That's the right statement. All right, so if you are multiplying by a negative number, inequality must change. X is greater than y, yes, but what about bx? Bx is less than by because you are multiplying by a negative number. If you need an example, I will give you. So you have 2 less than 4, okay, so let's go for the greater than sign. I'm sorry, so 4 is greater than 2. Now you multiply by minus 2 on both sides. All right, now what is this? Minus 8, and this is minus 4. Now tell me which is less. On the real line, you have got 0, you have got minus 4, you have got minus 8, minus 10, and so on, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, correct? Okay, so which is less? Which is less? Minus 8 is less, minus 4 is greater. Therefore inequality reverses if you multiply by a negative number. All right, so please understand that rule very clearly. So which option is correct? First option is true, okay, so you have to check for B and C, okay. If B and C are also true, then all of these are true, correct? Okay, so you have to check for B now. So let's go with B. In the second option, what do you see? X is greater than y, correct? Okay, fine, that is given. Now can you say that x is positive and y is negative? Okay, x is positive, y is negative. Can you say it? Can you? No, you cannot. You cannot. Now, what about minus 2 greater than minus 4? This is also true, right? And both are negative. You cannot say that x is positive. It may not be the case. It may be negative as well. All right. Or if you have 4 greater than 2, then both are positive, correct? So if both are positive also, this greater than sign is applicable, correct? Okay, so it's not necessary that one is positive and the other is negative. Both can be positive, both can be negative. Well, okay, so what about C? So B is not true, okay. So if B is not true, all of this cannot be true. Therefore first option is the answer, but still if you want to make sure, let's go with C. XY is less than 0. So if xy is less than 0, then can you say that x is positive and y is also positive? Okay, if both are positive, then can you say that product is negative? No. If x is positive, all right, and y is also positive, then what about xy? 8. So that is positive, it cannot be negative, right? Okay, so product of two positives cannot be negative. So this is not true. Well, so that's it. First option is the right choice. All right, let's go with the third question. Now in the third question, you all right, if 4x plus 3 is less than 6x plus 7, then x belongs to which of these intervals? That's the question that is asked. Let's answer it. Well, so to begin with, we have 4x plus 3 less than 6x plus 7. This is a simple inequality. Just work with positives and negatives, okay, adding and subtracting, that's it. And if at all you need division, we'll see how we can do it. Now you have greater quantity here of x, so bring that 4x this side so that you don't have to worry about the inequality. Okay, so I'm just bringing this 4x here, that becomes minus. You are subtracting 4x, no problem. Okay, so addition or subtraction doesn't change the inequality, so it doesn't matter. Next, you have got 3 here, and that 7 becomes minus 7 here. So that means minus 4 is less than 2x. That means 2x is greater. It opens here. Okay, it opens here. So fine, correct. Now what are you doing? You are dividing by 2. Okay, so divide by 2 on both sides. Does it change the inequality? No, because you are dividing by a positive quantity. So x is greater than minus 2. All right, so if x is greater than minus 2, it's not equal, so minus 2 is not included in the interval, therefore x belongs to minus 2 up to infinity. Infinity is not a definite number, that also does not belong. So minus 2 comma infinity is the right choice, and that's in the option B. Therefore option B is the answer for third question. Well, let's move to the fourth question. You have 7x plus 3. This is also a similar question, and less than 5x plus 9. Very similar. Okay, very simple question. So you have got 7x and bring that 5x this side, less than 9 here, and minus 3. See, you are subtracting minus 5x on both sides, subtracting minus 3 on both sides. That's what you are doing. Okay, so actually how this should have been done. Okay, so you should subtract 5x, okay, and subtract 3. All right, and here also you have to subtract 5x and then subtract 3. All right, so this cancels out here, and here 3 cancels out, so that's what remains out of this. Let's continue from here. As you continue, what you notice here is you are left with 2x less than 6, so which tells you x is less than 3. You are dividing by 2, so if you are dividing by a positive quantity, inequality does not change, so remains the same, and x is greater than 3. That means you have to move that way. Okay, so 3 till infinity, and you don't have equal sign, that means x belongs to the open interval 3 comma infinity. So where do you see 3 comma infinity? All right, x is less than, I'm sorry, x is less than 3, so not greater than, so that way. So if x is less than 3 this side, okay, so from negative infinity till 3, and 3 is not included, therefore open, so minus infinity comma 3 is the right choice, and that's the option C. Well, so that's it for today. All right, so we'll See you in the next class with some more examples. Till then, please learn this and make a note of it. So thank you very much for watching.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.